Welcome to our thrilling exploration into the realm of mythical creatures that could have walked, swam, or flown in our world. Today, we're delving into the captivating intersections between mythology and reality, unearthing the possible origins of some of the most iconic creatures from folklore. From dragons soaring in the skies to krakens lurking in the depths of the sea, we'll journey together through tales of beasts that may have been more than just figments of our ancestors' imaginations. So, sit back, buckle up, and join us as we embark on this fascinating voyage into the world of mythical creatures that might have existed in real life. Are you ready to challenge what you thought you knew about these legendary beasts? Let's get started with our first creature, the dragon, an ancient lizard in the skies. First up, we have dragons. These massive, fire-breathing beasts have been a staple of folklore across the world. Intriguingly, dragons are not confined to a single culture. From the serpentine, wise dragons of Chinese mythology to the treasure-guarding winged creatures of European tales, dragons have soared through stories on a global scale. But could these mythical beasts have been real in some form or another? Many scientists and historians believe that the idea of dragons could have been inspired by the discovery of dinosaur fossils. Envision, if you will, ancient people stumbling upon the colossal bones of a Tyrannosaurus rex. The sheer size and unusual form of these remains could easily ignite the imagination, leading to the creation of dragon legends. Interestingly, the way dragons are described in ancient tales often matches up with the paleontological records of dinosaurs. For example, the dragons of ancient Greece, known as drakons, were often depicted as large serpents, a description that aligns closely with the long, sinuous bodies of certain dinosaur species. Similarly, the winged dragons of European lore could be likened to pterosaurs, a group of flying reptiles that lived alongside dinosaurs. In China, dragons were seen as divine beings associated with water and weather. They were often depicted as snake-like with 4 legs, a form that bears a striking resemblance to certain aquatic dinosaurs. Moreover, Chinese dragons were sometimes shown with features of various animals, much like how dinosaurs are believed to have had features of both reptiles and birds. All these intriguing similarities between dragons and dinosaurs suggest a potential link between myth and reality. It's possible that our ancestors, upon discovering dinosaur fossils, filled in the gaps with their imagination, giving birth to the awe-inspiring dragon legends we know today. So, next time you marvel at a dragon in a story, remember it might have been inspired by creatures walking the earth millions of years ago. Moving on to the ocean's depths, let's talk about the Kraken. This colossal marine monster was the bane of seafarers, a terror of the seas that could, so the stories go, sink entire ships and swallow crews whole in a single gulp. Its origins are steeped in Nordic folklore, with tales of its monstrous form and destructive power echoing down the centuries. But what if the Kraken wasn't merely the stuff of legend and sea shanties? The tantalizing prospect we're considering here is that the Kraken could have been inspired by real-life encounters with giant squids. Even today, these elusive creatures remain a subject of fascination and dread. With bodies that can grow up to 43 feet long and tentacles lined with sucker rings armed with sharp teeth, it's not hard to see why sailors might have mistaken them for monsters. Interestingly, the descriptions of the Kraken in various legends bear striking similarities to giant squids. Both are said to lurk in the deepest, darkest parts of the ocean. Both are immense, with long, writhing appendages. And both, when they choose to surface, can instigate encounters that are nothing short of terrifying. Consider this. There are documented instances of giant squids attacking ships, their tentacles wrapping around the hull in a deadly embrace. It's a sight that would have struck fear into the hearts of even the most hardened sailors. Now, imagine those same sailors, returning to their homes, recounting tales of their encounters with a sea monster, of epic proportions. Over time, these stories could have been embellished and exaggerated, eventually giving birth to the legend of the Kraken. So, the next time you hear a tale of a tentacled monster from the deep, remember, it might not be just a story. The Kraken, the terror of the seas, might well have been inspired by the very real, very formidable giant squid, and that, my friends, is a testament to the incredible power and mystery of our oceans. Now, let's soar to the Griffins, creatures with the body of a lion and the wings and head of an eagle. These mythical beasts have captivated our imaginations for centuries, but could their origins be rooted in reality? Let's take a closer look. The key to understanding griffins might lie in the vast expanses of the Gobi Desert. This rugged and desolate landscape has proven to be a goldmine for dinosaur fossils. Now imagine being an ancient Scythian, mining gold in these lands. You stumble upon a fossilized creature with a beaked head and a large four-legged body. Wouldn't you think you found a griffin? Historians believe that this could be the case. The Scythians, a nomadic people who lived in this region over 2,000 years ago, might have interpreted these fossils as evidence of griffins. And these weren't just any griffins. They were thought to be mighty protectors of gold mines, their ferocious nature and imposing presence warding off any who dared to steal their treasure. This theory gets even more fascinating when you compare the Scythian legends with paleontological records. Some of the dinosaur fossils found in the Gobi Desert belong to creatures like Protoceratops, a dinosaur that had a bird-like beak and a large body. The similarities are striking, aren't they? So we have the Scythians, a people known for their gold mining, living in a land rich with dinosaur fossils that resemble the mythical griffin. It's not hard to see how they might have woven these elements into a tale of griffins guarding their precious gold. As we explore these connections, it's clear that the line between myth and reality can sometimes blur. Our ancestors used their creativity and the world around them to explain the unexplainable, giving birth to legends that have stood the test of time. So the next time you see a griffin in a story, remember it might have been inspired by real-life creatures guarding their territories. Lastly, the beloved unicorns. Far from being just a fantasy, there's a theory that unicorns were inspired by real-life creatures. Now when we think of unicorns, we imagine magical, gentle beings, with a single spiraling horn sprouting from their foreheads. But could these mythical creatures have been inspired by a far less enchanting creature? Let's take a journey back in time thousands of years ago to the cold, harsh landscapes of Siberia. Here, a massive beast known as the elasmotherium roamed. This creature was no delicate horse. It was more akin to a rhinoceros, weighing up to 5 tons, its body covered in shaggy fur to withstand the freezing temperatures. And yes, it had a horn. A single massive horn right in the middle of its forehead, just like our mythical unicorns. But how did this hulking beast turn into the elegant unicorn we know and love? Well, it's all about how stories travel and transform. As tales of the elasmotherium spread westward, the descriptions of the creature likely changed. The fierce, shaggy beast of the Siberian plains gradually morphed into a more familiar figure, a gentle, magical horse with a single beautiful horn. This is not to say that unicorns as we imagine them definitely existed, but the elasmotherium might well have been the seed that sprouted the unicorn myth. And just like the unicorn, the elasmotherium is now extinct, adding another layer of mystery and allure to this theory. So the next time you see a unicorn in a story, remember it might have been inspired by a real-life creature that once roamed the earth. It's a testament to the power of storytelling, how it can take a kernel of truth and spin it into a story that enchants us for thousands of years. And really, isn't that what makes myths and legends so fascinating? And there you have it, 4 mythical creatures that might have walked or swum right alongside our ancestors. We've journeyed from the skies, where dragons might have soared, to the depths of the ocean, where the Kraken could have lurked. We've roamed the deserts with the Griffins and traversed the Siberian plains in search of unicorns. And all the while we've been unraveling the threads of myth, legend and reality, weaving them into a tapestry that tells a unique story about our world and its history. We've seen how the bones of long-extinct creatures like dinosaurs and the elasmotherium might have sparked the imaginations of our ancestors, leading to the creation of stories about dragons and unicorns. We've delved into how encounters with real, living animals like the giant squid could have given birth to tales of sea monsters like the Kraken, and we've discovered how the discovery of fossils in the gold-rich Gobi Desert may have led to legends of griffins guarding treasure. These are not just stories, they're windows into our past, revealing how our ancestors tried to make sense of the world around them. And they remind us that sometimes, truth can be just as strange, just as wonderful, as fiction. So next time you hear a tale of a mythical beast, remember, there might be a kernel of truth hidden within. What do you think? Could these mythical creatures have been more than just figments of our ancestors' imaginations? Could they have been real creatures that once roamed the earth? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Share them in the comments below. Until next time, keep curious and keep exploring. The world is full of mysteries and, who knows, maybe one day you'll uncover a legend of your own. Remember, the line between myth and reality is often blurrier than we think. So go out there and make your own discoveries. You might be surprised by what you find.